This is the URT. You are the URT. Pick up the URT. Smash a like for the URT. Welcome back to the channel, people. What's good? What's good? Love, light to all of you tuning in right now. Big up to King Saul. Let's be having you. Bro, do what Glazer's ugliest rat. Bro, do what Glazer's the ugliest rat. Nah. We ain't doing any of that. But big up, people. Love and light. I hope you're all well. Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to the channel. We're still giddy. We're still high of a Man City. You know what I mean? With City to the cleaners tonight. City got took to the cleaners tonight, and we're still giddy. Bodo Glimt just smashed them. Big up Saeed for the raid, man. Big up Saeed for the raid. Big up Ramirez. Big up. Ramirez, big up to you, man. Always love. Big up Amma Titanium. Big up to all the other people. Listen, we got a topic for you tonight, people. Everybody's getting their little underwear in a twist. Everybody's got their boxers in a twist, people. About these legends. We're going to be also talking about secret midfielders revealed. We're going to be talking about that as well. Yo, big up, people. But yeah, let's get into it, people. I've not had my 2 pence about Leacher, Scholes, Nicky Butt, the Gary Nevilles, the Rio Ferdinand. You know what I mean? Are these ex-legends, the Roy Keanes, are they the problem? The Eric Cantonas. You know what I mean? Who are these legends, and are they a problem? We're going to get into it, people. We are going to get into it, and you'll be shocked at my take. Some of you are going to be shocked because, trust me, I ain't seen nothing but pearl crotching. Some of the ex-players have said this. The ex-players, they're saying too much. Give it a fucking rest. Give it a rest. Now, we can have a nuanced conversation about this. What Paul Scholes said about Leacher, about his height, that's bullshit. That's absolute bullshit. We're also going to expose British football media as well while we're there. While we're there, we're going to be exposing the British media as well, because the xenophobia starts with them. They always target whether it's Argentinian or French, you know what I mean, or Italian. They always target foreign footballers. And now they're shocked at Nicky Butt and Scholes leading into that undertones of xenophobia and talking about somebody's height. Making it out like Nicky Butt and Paul Scholes were like some giants when they played football. Listen, I'm an old man and I was there. Paul Scholes was this small. Oh my God, when he made his debut, he was a bambino. So let's not talk about it. Paul Scholes was some big foot guy. Now, 2-3 things can be true at the same time. Do I think they said it as a joke? As just a joke? Yes, I think they said it as a joke, right? Do I think that majority of Manchester United fans are, well, not majority of the bootlickers and the rest of the sheep? Nah, because when the bootlickers speak, the sheep go, nah. So do I believe that they're all blowing it out of proportion? 100%. 100 million%. So we're going to have that interesting conversation discussing tonight. Well, also, it's revealed. Drum roll, please. Drum roll. Revealed. Who's going to be? Who are these mystery midfield players? But the question stands, right? And it will all be revealed after this intro. There we go. We gave you a little bit more. Just a little bit. I want to see you feel it. And where we give it a little bit, we're giving it a little bit, but let's get on with it, people. Let's get on with it. So my 2 pence is clear and it's here. And it is 2 pence is there. Big up Saeed for the raid, by the way. It's clear for everybody to know and see. The question to be asked, are Manchester United legends the problem? No, they're not. What's the problem? The problem are the people who own the football club. I repeat for the people at the back, the biggest problem at Manchester United is the ownership. These clowns. That's the biggest problem at Manchester United. That is the biggest problem at Manchester United. That is the biggest problem at Manchester United. That is the biggest problem at Manchester United. Big up George all the way in beautiful Chile. Big up George all the way in Chile. I'm free friends way like if we're there. But I'll just say it's simple. Paul Scholes and Nicky Butt saying what they said about Leacher is part of the fabric of this country. It's a lot of it targeting and specifically pointing out Argentinian players or French players, scapegoating them for the big problems at Manchester United is laughable. I genuinely don't think, I think I watched the podcast and it was said in a bit of a joke. They were just joking. I don't think it meant as serious and it come off as deeply offensive. And the irony, it's not lost on Paul Scholes, who's like 5 foot something. I met Paul Scholes before. I literally tower over him. I put my hammer on him and I'd take a photo years ago. Paul Scholes. And he's not that big. So it's funny. It's absolutely funny what you say. That's why, to me, it's a laugh at a joke. And obviously nowadays, as footballers, where the coaches say something about them, whether it's ex-players say something about them, whether it's fans say something about them, ex-players have a right, current players have a right to reply. They're human beings. I believe in a freedom of speech. So that you can say things, but then people can come back at you about what you said. And it's simple as that. But the biggest problem at Manchester United is this, and don't let ever lose sight of it. Another big problem is the bootlickers who are backing this shit. It's the bootlickers who are backing this shit. That's the other big problem in this football club. The other big problem is the bootlickers who back this shit. That is what's going on. That is what's happening. That is what's happening. That is what is happening. So let's not confuse it. All of these Ineos bootlickers and the rest of the sheep saying the ex-players are the problem. Ex-players are not a problem. Paul Scholes won 11 league titles. Nicky Butt won about 5. What are we doing here? 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 They're not the biggest problem. The biggest problem is these and some in the fan base who absolutely support this BS. That is what's going on. So stop the pearl encouraging and stop talking about, and all these players as well. Listen, nobody puts a gun to your head to sign for Manchester United. Everybody's bringing up the article that that was the interview that Danish midfield maestro Eriksen gave an interview to the Times. What she said, oh, you know, people don't even celebrate the FA Cup. They don't celebrate the League Cup. Listen, that's the fan base we are, bro. That's who we are, bro. We don't, if it's not the Champions League or the league, we don't celebrate it, bro. The FA Cup, I celebrate the FA Cup because I love the FA Cup. But the big 2 trophies are the Champions League and the league. And if you get the cup with it, that's a treble. We'll celebrate that all day. All day, Christian Eriksen. Christian Eriksen who's now at Wolfsburg, made the comment and said, you know, the ex-players put so much pressure. Listen, nobody's putting a gun to your head to sign for Manchester United. If you are going to get rattled by what ex-legend said in a podcast, give it a rest, man. If that's your worries, if that's your biggest stress in life, you've won. I'm telling you, you've won. My God, you have won. If that is the biggest problem, you have won. Now, if something keeps happening, if they're targeting you, specific player, and it's slightly towards xenophobia, because that's what the British media is good at, then that's a different thing. And I genuinely do think Nick Scholes has said some things about Martinez before. Martinez has DM'd him and said, listen, let's have a conversation. And then Paul Scholes was like, oh yeah, I don't know what that was about, whatever. Listen, you take on a performance, as long as you get constructive criticism about your performance, as long as they don't make it personal, it's all good. But yes, in that one there with Nicky Butt and Paul Scholes and Paddy McGuinness, they were all sat there and they were all going for a viral moment. They're trying to build that podcast. They need the clicks. They need the viral moments. And they both went over the top. Do I think they meant it with any malice? I don't think they did. Should they have apologized and said, listen, we didn't mean to offend you. Well done for having a great game. I think they both said, yeah, well done for having a great game. But did they double down on it to continue their thing? It's bringing more eyes and more views on their podcast. But what has shocked me is the people in the fan base, some of the YouTubers in the fan base going, bond the legends, bond the legends, bond these legends, man. And not have a nuanced conversation and go, actually, we'll call out the legends when they are out of order, but we also respect the legends because they did blood, they blood, sweat, and tears to win trophies, big trophies at this football club. Big trophies at this football club. Now, people like me, people like Jamie Wayne, people like majority of you in the URT community, we would love it if all of them, every moment, were calling out the biggest problem. We're calling out the Glazers and Ineos. And when it comes to Gary Neville's in bed with Ineos. Gary Neville is in bed with Ineos. He is fully in bed with Ineos. And he doesn't say a peep about the Glazers anymore. So Gary Neville has been bought out. Rio Ferdinand will chop his hand off for money, mate. That's how much the guy's concussed that guy is for money. That guy, I'm telling you, will chop off his own arm and sell it for money. That's how much he is a corporate stooge that he is, Rio Ferdinand. So I don't take anything he says, anything about Manchester United with anything. I don't even watch that channel. I don't watch that channel. I turned that off because he's in bed with the Glazers, now Ineos. So give it a rest. Now, Roy Keane, I thought it was out of order bringing Michael Carrick's wife into it, even though she tweeted like 10 years ago and she deleted it at the time. I think that was out of order. I think that was out of order. I think that was out of order. I don't think it should, that Roy Keane should be doing that. I think Roy Keane should be talking about the ownership of Manchester United. But he's not, because he's on a platform owned by Gary Neville, and then Gary Neville is in bed with Jim the Rat about the apartments and the new generation. So indirectly, I love Gary Neville because he used to call out the Glazers all the time. But now, silence now, gagged because of money. And he's another money-making fucking stooge as well. He'll probably sell his fucking, he'll sell his fucking big nose for more money as well. He'll sell his big fucking nose and big head for money as well. Because that's what he become, about brands. Paul Scholes, we've called you out on this channel. We called Paul Scholes out on this channel, shaking hands with Jim the Rat and shaking hands with Abraham Glazer in the Europa League final against Spurs. We called him out. We called him out on it. So him just talking about coaches and talking about players he needs to come out and talk about what the real problem is, which is the fucking ownership. That's what he needs to do. He needs to talk about that. But these fans who are now going, you got to stand up for the club. What fucking club? The club that embarrasses you on a weekly basis. The brand that gets these players to all of them start doing social media things. The winning team, all of that bullshit. What are we doing here? The ownership that made you finish 15th and got embarrassed in the Europa League final. That ownership, that football club, that club is a fucking brand, mate. That club is a fucking brand. So stop percolating about the club. Gary Neville is in bed with Ineos and the Glazers. Yeah. Scholes, we caught him in the summer, last summer, shaking hands with Avram Glazer and Jim Derat. We caught him there. The only one that I've not caught is Nicky Butt. That's shaking hands with these people. I've not caught Nicky Butt. And to be fair, Nicky Butt was like, listen, the people in charge don't know what they're doing. Nicky Butt called out. He called out Barada, and he called out Wilcox. None of them have called out the people who are really in charge, the owners. So for me, all this pearl correction about protect the club from the legends. You absolute bootlicking Ineos Glazer lovers. Yeah. You lot are absolute embarrassment. These legends have more credit than the people who are destroying this football club, you pricks. Yes, you can separate and isolate the incident where Nicky Butt and Scholes are disparaging on Martinez's height. We can isolate that. And like I said, it's linked to the wider British media who are xenophobic, who always attack French and Argentinian players. So give it a rest. Let's give it a fucking rest, shall we? Give it a fucking rest. This football club, you should be fighting and getting the owners out if you want the club protect the club. Gary Neville is in bed with Ineos and Glazers. Rio Ferdinand's in bed with Ineos and Glazers. Paul Scholes, we caught shaking hands and being cordial with the people who are damaging the football club. Glazers and Ineos. So for me, the biggest problem is not the legends, it's these pricks. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, ding, 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 ding. Bootlickers, this is what you need to focus your energy on, other than the pearl collection about the club. They're always saying disrespectful things about the club. We can also isolate Roy Keane disparaging, bringing Michael Carrick's wife into this about a tweet she made 10 years ago. We can separate those things and go, Roy Keane, you're out of fucking order. But Roy Keane won't call out Ineos and the Glazers either. Because you know why? He's on a platform owned by Gary Neville. And Gary Neville will sell his big head and big fucking nose. They'll sell them both for money, for apartments, to get apartments. That's where we're at. So the pearl clutching's got to stop. Ineos, Glazers out, Ineos out. Simple. Message is clear. And also, congratulations to Bodo Glimt. I watched Bodo Glimt, a little fishing fucking town in northern Norway that actually Jarvis, this man here, has educated me on for the past year and a bit. I actually met their lovely fans. A lot of them, half of the town came to Old Trafford. They were Manchester United fans. As you know, Norway is a big Manchester United country. And they were lovely. Tonight, I saw them bop Man City off the fucking park. And Man City fans are giving excuses saying, we've got injuries out the back. Cry me a fucking river. In the last 10 years or so, you spent nearly 2 billion on players. Go on, sell that. Go on, cry that fucking river. Go on, cry that fucking river somewhere else. You absolute charlatans. You got bopped by of 50,000 people. That's the same size as your stadium. Same size as the Etihad. You got bopped. Absolutely bopped. And they also had 2-3 goals disallowed tonight. Offside, bullshit. One of them didn't look like offside to me.
No.
But yeah, they got away with one. Pep's lost the plot. He's lost the plot. He's lost the plot. Pep's lost the plot. He's lost the plot. He's lost the plot. That's El Plotte, mate. El Plotte for those Spanish people. El Plotte. Pep Guardiola. El Plotte. Lost the plot, mate. But anyway, we've got guests on the show tonight. It can't just be about me. I've got questions to ask them. Big up, Ben. How are you, Ben? Obviously, we didn't get you on for the. Were you in for the derby? Did you come on for the derby? You were missing. Man, missing in action. It was MA. Ben, how are you? How are you feeling, first of all? How are you recovered? Are you still ill?
No, I'm much better, man. Now I'm recovered, man.
Oh my
yeah,
word.
big up, man.
Still hear it, mate. It's what got me, got you. Did you get that flu strain?
Yeah. But it seems it wasn't as bad as I would say your flu, Jordan. But I'm fully fit now, so I'm all good, man. But yeah, man. Big up everyone. Big up Jarvis. Big up Helgi. Big up the chat, man. Free Palestine and free everyone suppressed around the world, man. Yeah. I tuned into the match reaction last night. And yeah, look, fuck City, bro. Fuck our next door neighbors, man. Like, you know, Man United, Manchester will always be red, man. And you know what, bro? Like, how I described yesterday's performance was Saturday's performance, because it's been that long, for God's sake. I really liked how Dorgu and Ahmad were playing like off the ball. Like, I would actually argue that Ahmad and Dorgu were literally midfield players. They weren't actually wingers. And I remember back in the old days with Giggs, Beckham, Ronaldo, they tucked in. It was absolutely phenomenal. And I was really, really shocked, man. And yes, it does help out Bruno a lot, because yes, Bruno still runs like a hellish chicken. But bro, like, you know, Bruno's coming to that age very soon where he'll have to move on, and this is good science. What I'm saying for Mabad and Dorgu, man, I thought Dorgu was absolutely phenomenal. Kobe Mainu, you know, shame on Amarim again, you know, for not playing the kid. Like, he was absolutely phenomenal. Once they got on the ball, Kobe Mainu was locking Foden. He was locking Rodri. Like, I thought this guy had no pace. I thought this guy was very, very slow. That's what people told me. Bro, it doesn't matter how quick or how slow you are at the game, bro. It's using your fucking brain as a footballer. And Kobe Mainu, he was just literally preventing City from having some form of control or tempo. And that's the one thing I was very impressed on. And look, a lot of people are going to get giddy after that first game, man. Do you know how I would describe that game, though? It felt like the first game when Ollie took over as caretaker manager in the Cardiff game, where we seen a midfield three being so compact, being so coordinated. And yes, the football might have not have been as, you know, obviously as good back in the day, but I seen some form of like, basically, it was just solidity. Yes, yeah. That's the one. But look, you know, as much as I was delighted, like, to see, you know, Man United winning a derby, but at the end of the day, people, like, there's part of me in my soul right now as a United fan, where I'm delighted. Obviously, I always want to beat this. I always want to beat my next door neighbors. I always want to beat my rivals. You know, Liverpool. I fucking despise Liverpool, but you know, them boys at the top, the Glazers and Ineos and Wilcox and Barada, they're going to be laughing and they're going to be delighted, because it just means more time and them thinking to themselves, right, the Man United fans are delighted. You know, we've just won a game at the derby. Now our names can be forgotten for a while, like for a good while. And plus, it's just making them more profit. And I hear, Nerd, you're shaking your head, but you know, Nerd, I'm already seeing the amount of people get so giddy. Like, say, oh, this team can actually challenge for top four. This team, yes, you know, I hear your opinion, but it's only one game. Like, just wait for another 10. I'm more interested, Nerdin, if we can do this against low block teams. If we could do this against low block teams and do it at a consistent level, then I would say, right, okay, let's progress. Let's see how things go. But yet again, Nerdin, we were in the same boat when Ollie was on a 10-win streak run with Matic, Pogba, and Herrera. Let's see how we get on in the first 10, 15 games. And plus, when Ollie took over as permanent manager, that's when things started to go downhill. Because the thing is, with an interim manager, you can do what you want to do as an interim manager because you're only there for a short term of the season. When you get appointed as a permanent manager, it's not down to you, it's down to the footballing operations. So let's see if Carrick, people are going to say, give Carrick the job already, and I can't believe this. People are saying, give Carrick the job. I will fucking promise you right now, if Carrick gets the permanent job for Man United and he gets top four, do not be surprised, people, that the system, the tactics will go absolutely shit next season, bro, because it's exactly what happened to Ollie. Ollie even said it himself in the overlap. He got told to change tactics after when he became the permanent manager, and like it's just they're just trying to like suck into our heads even further, man. These people in the background, these people behind the scenes, like you could see Wilcox happy, smiling, Barada smiling now, like I'm just sick of it, man. And do you know what? I think that the biggest upset was the fact that we should have had this protest at the Derby instead of Fulham. Like, who really gives a shit about Fulham? Who really gives a shit about Fulham? I wanted to be at Derby Day. And yes, 100%, Derby's huge. Everyone wants to get behind the team. But, bro, what would you rather do? Get behind the team or get behind something that's been destroying our club for 20 years, man. 2 decades, people. 2 decades. But yeah, look, I was delighted, man. Like, I'm happy with the performance. I thought Diego Dalot was absolutely shocking last night. Saturday. He's just ridiculous, bro. Get him gone out of my club, man. Martinez, brilliant, man. Well fucking done. And I'm glad Patrice Evra backed you up, bro, because Paul Scholes and I don't know who the other player was. You just got to hold that, man, because he just shut you up, bro. He shut you up, and I think these legends are becoming a serious issue, man. Like, I love them to legends, but as a pundit, they're a fucking disgrace. They're an absolute disgrace. How come Jamie Carragher can speak some form of sense and Thierry Henry than Gary Neville, Paul Scholes, and that? Roy Keane's the only person I actually somehow respect, and Cantona respect to a certain degree. But these other pundits are just taking the fucking piss, man. And I'm just sick of it, man. I'm actually sick of it. I just don't even want to listen to them anymore because they're just waffling. Start worrying about yourself instead of talking about what needs to be done, Man United. Speak the truth. But yeah, big up, everyone. Big up. Come on.
Yeah, big up.
How you nerdy? You keeping well?
Yeah. I'm big up to you. I think I agreed with a lot of the things that you have said. And for me, if any Manchester United fan was protesting and wanted to protest once the owners out, you can separate the two. You can separate what's going on with the coaching staff and the players, and you can separate why you want the owners staying on message, why you want the owners out. It's not even about Barada for me or Wilcox. It's about the owners.
Yeah, owners. 100%.
The owners is the people we want to get rid of. But yeah, Roy Keane, we can't really call them out then. He said, when they asked him, would you go in? And he said, no, not with the people there. No, I couldn't with the people. And he kind of insinuated that it's a circus, 10. But that's a different. But the way that some United fans are pearl clutching, Helgi, is unbelievable. I'll ask you the question, simple. Big up to all the Norwegians tonight. Big up Bodo Glimt. Big up Norway should celebrate. Norwegian football should celebrate tonight. You absolutely, from minute 1 till the last minute, bopped a fucking treble-winning English team. The fucking off the park. It was remarkable. I couldn't believe what I was watching. So big up to you, even though they might be, Helgi, they might be your rivals, but they're your same country people. So big them up. And yeah, are these fans pearl clutching, talking about respect the club and that ex-legends should support the club? I don't buy that bullshit. Do you?
What is pearl clutching?
Pearl clutching is, when the rich people, when ordinary working class person comes in and, the rich elites, when their wives think, they're going to rob my pearls, pearl clutching. It's like, those beautiful pearls that are worth, it's like, I don't want to be shot. These people who super sensitive about, the ruffians came in the room. Yeah, that's what that is.
No, I think it's I don't like it on both sides, to be honest. I get the freedom of speech that they are, even if they aren't ex-United players, they are just human beings watching footballs in a podcast, so they are allowed to say what they want. But when I saw the podcast afterwards, and they said kind of, we're just talking like we are three lads in the pub, but you aren't three lads in the pub, and don't act stupid, because your words have weight. So in that sense, they should be kind of allowed to say what they want. But my question to them would be, you are allowed to say what you want, but why do you choose to constantly just berate and be like, even Liverpool ex-legends, Chelsea ex-legends, Arsenal ex-legends, none of them are talking so negatively about our players. So if you see Ian Wright, the way he is defending Arsenal, if you see Carragher, the way he's defending Arsenal, or Gerrard or whatever, our ex-players when they wake up in the morning, the first thing they want to think about is, what ugly thing can I say about the players? So that's one side of it. The other side of it is what you said, Nuruddin, is that welcome to United. If you don't have the skin to handle that as a United player, then take the next plane to wherever. So I agree with kind of both sides, that United players should not care so much about what everyone else says, but at the same time, man, chill out. Like, they don't have to be that rude all of the time. And to say it was tongue-in-cheek with Martinez, I know if I was a football player and I was small, and someone says, he's going to pick you up like a baby, and then you put out a 9 out of 10 performance, and people are also acting like Martinez went out with a statement after the game. He was directly asked right after the game about it. So it wasn't like he asked Sky Sports, can I come out and talk about what they said? He was asked the question, he's just responded, and he responded tongue-in-cheek, but they didn't take it as tongue-in-cheek. So that's kind of the hypocrisy of it all, that they said, man, he needs to just chill out. It was tongue-in-cheek. We didn't mean he literally got picked up like a baby. But what Martinez said also was tongue-in-cheek. He didn't literally mean come knock at my door physically. So I feel like they can't just say what they want. If Jarvis played for United and they say, who's this random Norwegian winger? And then Jarvis goes and scores a hat-trick, and they ask about him, and he says, I'm not just a random winger after all, am I? He should be allowed to then actually respond to whatever they say. It's not like they can just say whatever they want and they can't respond. But in the bigger picture, why does all of this kind of thing matter in the end? Because I just think ex-players can't just support the club. Obviously, they don't talk about the important things. They sit there and slag off all the 25 players we have, but they never talk about the huge issues. And for example, Neville and stuff, if you all remember how vocal he was about the Glazers. He was so vocal about the Glazers when we were about to sell. He talked about the Glazers, how the club is run, how it's a systematic thing. It's not about the managers. It's not about the players. It's about the whole system behind. And as soon as Sir Jim walked in the door, we never hear about it anymore. So that's kind of my stance and opinion on all of this, is that ex-players should please just start supporting the club, but also they aren't a huge issue because if the players just did if the players just did better, they wouldn't get so much criticism. But at the same time, like you say, I'm going to end off with a quote that, imagine if this was Nicky Butt saying this, or Scholes, or Neville, or whatever. No, this is said by an ex-Arsenal, and this is said by an ex-Arsenal and an ex-Chelsea legend, Emmanuel Petit, and some of you may heard it, but he said about Luis Enrique, should he go to United, the circus of Manchester United? Do you think a guy like Luis Enrique would work there? So if he goes there, do you think he will work with all these clowns behind him? Those guys are saying to the managers, you should do this, you should buy this player, you should play this player. Why didn't you get this player? Why did you say this about that player? No, we are not focused on him. We are planning on bringing another player. Just like what happened with Maresca. And he ends off with, can you imagine the likes of Guardiola, Enrique, Klopp, Ancelotti, Mourinho coming to United in this current state? Not a chance. It's like they want a puppet. And why is it like ex-Chelsea and Arsenal players saying these things? Well, our ex-players are saying like, a centre-back is too small. Like, what? So I just feel like our ex-players have the complete opposite mindset. And Henry is speaking so much sense on Sky. Jamie Carragher is speaking not all of the sense, but he's speaking a lot of sense. And our ex-players are just slagging off like they are hardcore Liverpool or City fans just wanting to talk shit about the club. So not the problem.
I actually disagree with that point. I disagree with that last point. I want to bring Jarvis in as well.
Yeah.
But I think they're too cowardly to call out the owners, majority, so they attack the players. Go ahead, Jarvis. How you doing, Jarvis? And then we'll get into the midfielders. The mystery is revealed. The mystery. Woo, drum roll, please. Go ahead, Jarvis. How you doing first? Congratulations on Photo Glimp. What a performance. For me, I think that's probably the biggest result in Norwegian football history.
Could be. But you got to remember Rosenborg in the 90s, 2000s. They beat Real Madrid. They beat the biggest AC Milan team. So we have had good teams in Norway before. They qualified for the Champions League, as I would say, 10 times, 10 years.
But Rosenborg is a big football club. It's a big football club. Bodø Glimt is a small 50,000 population town, Jarvis. That has to be. That's why for me it's the greatest, because Rosenborg were a team that was well respected in the late 90s, not 2000s. Everybody knew about them. They produced great players, and they were quite consistent for years and years in the Champions League, if I'm not mistaken.
They were, yeah.
Bodø Glimt is 50,000 population, fishing town. What are we doing here?
Yeah, let me have a little school lesson with you guys, and I can show you a little bit about Bodø Glimt, and I don't know if you see, this is the European map, but you guys, when you look at the map, the weather or something, you never see that far north. But you see that red dot there? That's Bodø. That's Bodø Glimt. I would say around here you have the Arctic Circle. So it's north of the Arctic Circle, and then you have Bodø, and out here it's the Norwegian Sea. It's a harsh environment. The wind is always blowing in from the sea. It's cold. It's windy. It's not a good place to be, especially in the winter time. But there are some beautiful moments. You have the sea, and now in the last week the sun has risen over the horizon. So the winter darkness time is over for this time. You know, we have sunlight again, and you know, this is a beautiful moment for us up north when you get to see it. And when it comes to Bodø as a city, it's a small fishing town, and that's true. You know, it's no skyscrapers, no big buildings. It's just regular houses, and you have the sea and the fjords and the islands around, and a lot of boats.
It must be
up
beautiful in the summer, Jarvis. It must be
it
really
is.
nice in the summer.
It is. It is. And in all of this,
Look at
you have a
this.
football stadium.
Look at this.
It's called the Aspmyra Stadium, and you know, it's a small stadium. I don't know how many people's there, but I around 10,000 people when they fill it up to the max. And it's AstroTurf, and they are planning to build a new stadium now. It will cost them about 40 to 50 million pounds. So you know, it's well deserved, but it's their own money that they earned themselves by playing Conference League first, then 2-3 years of Europa League, and this year Champions League. So now they finally have enough money to invest and build themselves a new stadium. And when you look at the valuation of the teams, Bodø Glimt, they have a team valuation in total of 45 million pounds. And tonight they played against Manchester City, who has a team valuation of 1.1 billion pounds. So it sets things in perspective. But I got to be a little bit arrogant, a little bit cheeky when it comes to Bodø Glimt, because I'm actually not surprised that Bodø Glimt won against Manchester City. I saw this Manchester City team; they are not good at all, and I know what Bodø Glimt can do, especially at home. But they you know, you got to remember they beat Roma 3 times in one season in the Europa League. They won 7-0 at home. Last game in the Champions League, they played against Dortmund, Borussia Dortmund away, 2-2. You know, they lost against Juventus 3-2. They lost against Monaco with 1 goal. But, you know, they have only lost 3 games in 7 in the Champions League.
They absolutely dominated Spurs last season.
They did, and they did so this year too, but the game ended in a draw. So I have to say, when it comes to Bodø Glimt, it's impressive, but I know how good they are at their best. And their off season, they haven't played a game in the Norwegian Premier League since the beginning of November.
Yeah.
They haven't. They only played Champions League games. So the last game was before Christmas in the Champions League. They're just training. They are usually in a training camp at Malaga or something, just playing random friendlies. This is what they do at the moment. Yeah. And you know, so people take your hat off for Bodø Glimt, and you know, it's something immense. It's something special, and you will probably never see this again. It's one off. It's like Leicester winning the Champions League, winning the Premier League. Mm. So that's just my little lesson about Bodø Glimt.
And ironically, it's because the club is well driven, and that leads on to United.
Yes, because we are not a well-driven club. Well, when it comes to these pundits and the players, you know, I'm old-fashioned. I'm very thick-skinned, and you know, I don't care about what pundit says or whatever. For me, you know, it's about when you're signing up for the game, you're signing an invisible contract that comes with it. There will be what people of today call bullying. There will be agendas, and you have a choice as a player. You can play the victim card. You can cry. You can say to everybody, "Oh, they're saying about me. You know, they're splitting the fan." Blah blah blah. For me, that's not how you handle. What's it called? Adversity. Things that goes against you.
Yeah.
To play for Man United, you need to have the elite mentality. You know, you have to think for yourself every time. Talk all you want. I'll show you. This is the mentality I expect from my players. I'm a little bit disappointed every time I see players respond in social media and all of this, you know, and this is where the player mentality, the player power comes from. I think a little bit of it, because they everything is about them. They don't understand that they are just a symbol. You know, it's not them personally, not them private. It's a symbol as a Man United player. So you can't get offended or sensitive about everything that people say. People will talk about you. You play for fucking Man United. That's how it is. you need to channelize this energy and use it to fuel the performance on the pitch. The only way you can talk back is on the pitch by winning, scoring goals, putting in man of the match performances for me. I'm not interested hearing any of our players coming out and defending themselves and criticizing Scholes or Butt or Beckham or Cantona or whoever, us as YouTubers, social media. I don't care, because it's part of the game and they have to handle it. They get paid a king's ransom for doing this. So you need to sharpen up and grow yourself an elite mentality. Don't talk back. Okay, Licha was asked a question by Sky. He didn't bring it up himself, but he went like this to the crowds right afterwards, about the talking. So, when you do stuff like that, it tells you that the pundits have some sort of power over the players. And for me, that's showing weakness. And they need to drop that and show elite mentality. So that's just me. You might not agree. I'm old-fashioned, but I'll just say, deal with it. Don't talk back. Just show it on the pitch. That's just how I would like it.
For me, if the ex-players, who some of them support Mancunians, some of them do support Manchester United, if you're so concerned about the football club, these are the people to blame, mate. Call them out. Use your
100%.
platforms to call them out. But you're not, because all of it is connected. All of it is connected. The industrial United complex, the industry. That's all connected. You all get
and Nuruddin, a weird thing also, I was thinking about this because I was thinking about, obviously they do it for engagement, clicks and likes and stuff. But when you actually think about it, imagine how many clicks and likes they would get if they talked about the Glazers and Ratcliffe.
Oh, there you go.
Actually.
But they stopped their corporate sponsors and all of that. And,
True.
Gary Neville, if Scholes and Butt start going on about the Glazers, Gary Neville will get uncomfortable. Lads, you're showing me up, lads. You're showing me up. Stop talking about the Glazers and Ineos now, please.
And what
Don't
I
talk
just
about
wanted...
the mate, Jim. He'll say to Nicky, but I'll give you an apartment. Scholes, you can have one as well. I'll give you an apartment. But let's get into it, people. Drum roll, please. Drum roll, please. Drum roll, please. Because the mystery has been revealed. Or has it? I don't know. We're going to have to see, people. But the mystery
Christmas came late.
The
Christmas came late.
Come late. The mystery midfielders. The midfielders are Manchester United are linked with is Loftus-Cheek used to play for us, Chelsea, and he was actually the Nigerian captain, Wilfred Ndidi. Now, the two players that we're linked with, one of them is more of a number 10 attacking player. Loftus-Cheek is not a midfield player, a dictator of the ball. He's more of a, Bruno kind of role, like a number 10 kind of role, behind the striker kind of role. And Ndidi is the guy that we should have gone for 5-10 years ago. I would say maybe
6-7 years ago. Yeah.
6-7 years ago.
He was nice.
To be fair, they missed him in the semi-final Nigeria against Morocco. He basically wasn't there, and they missed him. I think he got suspended or he was injured. But Wilfred Ndidi now playing in the championship. I'll take him. It's better than nothing, because at least we've got somebody who's competitive and can win a ball back and give it to a better people who can pass the ball better than him. I've not seen him play in the championship recently.
He's playing in Turkey.
But international, is he playing in Turkey now?
Yeah, he's playing in Besiktas, I think.
Is he? Wow,
Yeah.
I thought he was still at Leicester, so it just shows.
Yeah, I think he's on loan. I think he's on loan from Leicester or some.
Okay.
No, that doesn't make sense if it's. I'm going to double check it.
Yeah, but anyway, I saw him playing for Nigeria, and international football is quite a different pace to Premier League football. But Loftus-Cheek, no way. Ben, what do you think about Loftus-Cheek and this mystery? I mean, how embarrassing is this? We go, mystery, do 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 do. Mystery midfielders. To you, Ben. There you go, my friend. Talk to me. How is this mystery midfielders?
It's best in class, man. We got the best. We got the best people in charge at our football club, man. Yeah, like if they want to go and get Ndidi, if they want to go and get Loftus Cheek, go ahead, bro. Just I don't need to explain myself in terms of the arrogance and like for them to go and get a player, two players like that, man. Yes, I would agree with you, nerd. And Ndidi 10 years ago, 10 years ago, I would have took man, because when he was playing at Leicester, man, he was actually quite good. So he was, especially under I forgot the Italian manager, Ranieri, isn't it? Ranieri.
Yeah.
He was good, bro. But bro, it's too late, man. It's too late, and like I don't understand this whole loan for the end of the season bullshit, man. Just get your fucking pocket out, spend the money. Man United are begging for midfielders, and fucking help, help somehow solve like what has been like a disaster season so far. But yet again, at the end of the day, if we get top four, it's just gonna paper over the cracks, man. So like it's just what like Thierry Henry just like summed it up at the Sky Sports yesterday. What do Man United want? What is Man United's identity? What is Man United? Because Man United in these past 10 years, it's actually hard to describe what Manchester United is, and from identity, from like what kind of players we want to bring in. Like it's just all over the fucking show, man. And there's a player out there in Anderson we can go and get. There's a player out there, and realistically, if Carrick wants to play this way, and say if Man United want to recruit a coach like Enrique or Eddie Howe, or someone along those lines, like high press, possession based width play, compact football, then bro, Adam Morton, Anderson, two players right there, man. Go and get them. Go and get them. But that's it. But at the end of the day, nerd, and we still need a fullback. We still need a centre back. We still need a right back, because I'm not having Diego Dalot at fucking this club, man, anymore. I'm just not. But it's just embarrassing, though, nerd, and like the fact they use mystery is just arrogant from them and disgusting from them, bro. Absolutely disgusting human beings running this football club, bro. Disgusting. But look, even somebody pointed it out in the comments. Hayden Hackney, he was absolutely phenomenal at Middlesbrough. He'd be perfect for our club. Bring him in. But this guy's so injury prone as well, nerd, and I've watched him as well. He was so injury prone at AC Milan. It's just not for me, man. Honestly, it's just how we went, and like it wouldn't surprise me if fucking 1958 or do some shit like say, oh, we'll get fully behind Ndidi and Loftus Cheek. We'll reschedule the protest. We'll reschedule it. We're actually getting midfield players. It's just embarrassing. It just really is embarrassing. Yeah.
What do I think about Ndidi? I don't even know where Ndidi's playing. I'm looking at him now. Helgi, did you find out where he's playing?
Yeah, it's Besiktas, and the weird thing was they Besiktas signed him on a permanent 3-year deal now this summer, and already wants to send him out on loan 6 months later. And he's the vice. Yeah, wow. And when he came, they were so sure that they have got a good player. So I read that they gave him the vice captain role when he signed, and already now 6 months later in Turkey they want to offload his wages. So they are giving him to United. So we are offloading Besiktas players. Or
how old is he? Let me just have a look. I'll check.
29. 29.
Okay.
And as you know, I watch a lot of AC Milan, and I know or Serie A in general, and I have Italian friends and stuff. And the general consensus about Loftus Cheek, if anyone wants to know, is that they call him in Italian, translated to English, they call him Mr. Good. How do you say it in English? Mr. Good once a year. They call him in AC Milan, the AC Milan fans, because they say he is a mix between Ruud Gullit and Zidane once a year, and then rest of the year he is so shit. And they say the ball bounces off him like it's Lukaku, and he's getting pressed pressed by players that are, because they say kind of like, how are you 6'3" and constantly getting pressured off the ball by significantly smaller players? Like, he is just clueless, kind of, they call him. But I have seen him, like, he was a big Chelsea talent, but that was let me see, 10 years ago. And yeah, but I would rather have Ndidi. But it's like, it's insane that we even having this conversation. It's almost like if someone asked me, or Nuruddin asked me, if you had to choose, then who would you take? It's almost like I want to say I refuse to answer, because there comes to a point where it's beyond ridiculous that we are united. And we were talking about kind of Neves or Gallagher, and for example, Jamie in the chat was saying he didn't rate Gallagher, and that's a fair point. But now it's not like Neves and Gallagher now, in my eyes, seems world class instead of these. And also, why are we, if we are loaning players, why are we loaning players that we don't see a future with also? So if I was to loan a player, at least one criteria I would have is kind of try before you buy. So if I were to loan a player, it would have to be at least a player that, okay, but if they do amazing, I'll sign them. But if some of these came in and was good, we probably wouldn't sign them either way, because we would have other midfield targets that, if you get what I'm saying. So I just feel the whole thing is just super weird, and the fact that journalists are like leaking this in a type of way, like we're watching The Traitors, like, oh, mystery, it's even more mystery than mystery, try and guess in the next episode of The Traitors. It's just weird, the whole thing, that we are kind of hyping up Besiktas, relegated Leicester, AC Milan flops, loan players, and hyping them up like a mystery. No, my head is just scrambled of the whole thing. I can't make, I don't know.
Okay, yeah, Loftus Cheek. I watch AC Milan as well a lot. I try to watch the games, but he's not been in the thing. Jarvis, indeed, he was a really good ball winner. Fantastic in the Premier League 7 years ago, 6 years ago. I don't know. I'm just trying to look for his injury record as well. He's a very clever, actually. I think he was one of the players who was in university. I think he was studying accounting and stuff like that. And he's also one person, actually, for Nigeria. He said to them, because, you know, the Nigerian FA, they said they didn't want to pay the players bonuses. He said he's going to pay them. So he's that type of guy. He's a leader. He's somebody who's a leader. So for me, he makes sense a little bit, even though he's not amazing on the right. He's got better. He's 29 now. He's got better at giving it, just making it sense. 5-yard passes, 10-yard passes, progressing the ball a little bit. But he's not a ball playing midfielder. But somebody to come on 55 minutes to replace Casemiro, 100%. Yes, he can do that job.
I would take him too, out of them.
Yeah, but, well, the issue lies in where in our squad, because we know we play with the midfield 2 now. We have Bruno in the 10. We only have 3 midfielders. That's Ugarte, Casemiro, and Mainu. Mainu is injury prone. We have Ugarte, who can't be relied upon, and we have Casemiro, who can only play 60 minutes before he gasses out. We have 16 games left, and we know that if we will have injuries, we will have suspensions, and how is Carrick going to solve this for the remainder of the season? And, it actually matters. We can't just write off this season right now. We are sitting 5th. We are in the race for Champions League. That's 100 million just to enter the tournament. We can make a shitload of money, and it will help us out on the rebuild. And, it will make it easier for us to sign players in the summer. It will make it more attractive for the next manager to come in. And for me, I think we are at the stage where we should actually consider what are we doing? Are we aiming for Champions League next season or not? Or are we just kicking the can down the road and see how it goes? So 100%, I think we need a midfielder still. Let's say if we get a long-term injury, 3 months on Casemiro or Ugarte even, we will be in trouble.
Mm.
We will be forced to play Mason Mount in one of the two midfielders' role. And we saw now against City how physical you need to be to play in that pivot. We don't play a staggered pivot anymore. They play really connected, really tight. And for me, we need a midfielder coming in, unless we are going to rely on Jim Thwaites and Kone. I don't know, but they don't have the experience. So again, I think we can lose out on the Champions League again because of this. So my thoughts is we should definitely sign a midfielder. I would do my hardest to try to sign a player like Ruben Neves, because I think he still has the elements
100%.
of being a top player. I'm not sure about Ndidi, but I wouldn't say no if it meant coming in on a loan with no obligations, no strings attached, and just having him on as a squad player. He's extremely good defensively when it comes to tackles, winning aerials, intercepting the ball, and being physical. He's not good on the ball, but he can do the hard job. And I think Ndidi and Kobe Mainoo could be a good partnership in certain games. So for me, I think we need just to look at this and try to be sensible about it. Is Ndidi the best choice? I don't know. I would prefer Ruben Neves. I don't think we will spend any money, so we are looking at a loan that we can have fairly cheap. So, well, there are other players out there, and I think the board should act, and we should take this chance and try to get Champions League next season. And if not, we know where they are. I think at the moment the Glazers and Ineos are just stalling. They're stalling. They're not doing anything. They're trying to do minimum with the squad. They're just waiting for these big name players, big wage players, to run out of contract, because then everything, all the pieces will fall into place, and we will have no players over 250k a week, and they can say to every player coming in, you're not being our top earner, that's Bruno or that's whoever, and we can offer them a sensible wage, somewhere in between 100 to 200k. So I think this is their plan, their blueprint, how they are thinking, but it will take time. And I think now we have a chance, so we shouldn't wait. We should just go for it and do our best to get Champions League next season.
Douglas Luiz at Nottingham Forest, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but he has been.
Yeah, he's not available. Forest signed him from Juventus. So yeah,
and I think he might be injured as well.
I feel like these signings are giving me.
I just want to ask.
Yeah, but the many names you have: Dennis Zakaria, N'Golo Kante, Ruben Neves. I heard some talks about Ruben Neves, Luka Modric.
Modric is done. Those won't survive in the Premier League anymore.
People have mentioned Paul Pogba. This other name, Loftus-Cheek, Ndidi, even Højbjerg from Marseille.
Yeah, Paul Pogba can't even play for Monaco at the moment. He's 30-something, 5 years old, and he's struggling. Yeah. The French league is quite physical. It's the second physical league.
But I don't know if you heard yesterday.
Out of all of the midfielders that we've been linked with, Ruben Neves is the perfect guy.
100%.
He's the perfect guy. He's the perfect guy. Is whether we could get a loan from the Saudi club and they cover his wages. That is the only thing. And they cover maybe half of the wages, because he's on some ludicrous wages. And actually, it would be better for him to play in a competitive league to get more sharper for the World Cup to play. The Saudi league. To be fair, his team, they did really well in that Club World Cup. Ruben Neves will be perfect because he can do the defensive work. He works hard. He's also a fantastic. He will pass the ball, especially in this way that we're playing under Carrick. In that
he's a United player. He's a United player. I've always seen him as a United player. Always.
Yeah, in terms of like being able to pass the ball and have legs to get around. So they're the people. But Højbjerg, all the other people were linked with Kante. No, give that a rest. Kante is one of the greatest midfielders I have ever seen. You know, he was that good that people thought it was three of him. You know what I mean? On a football pitch. Covered every blade of grass. One of the most honest, hard-working footballers. But unfortunately, it's coming to an end, his career. He's not that guy.
Yeah, but Norwegian, the premises is we need a player in to be the third or fourth choice midfielder who can help out play the last 25, 30 minutes, see out the game.
But Jarvis, what you're talking about is that Modric looks so great because I always said Italian league is a walking pace. It's a walking pace game. It's more tactical. They're no hard pressing. I told you, guess the other day, first 20 minutes of Como against AC Milan, they pressed the hell out of Milan. And Milan couldn't even have any touches of the ball. I'm telling you, the only team that plays with a lot of intensity and press is Como in Italy. I don't see other teams doing it. A lot of youngsters, Fabregas is doing it, right? But anyway, so for me, Loftus-Cheek is a no. Højbjerg is a no. Ruben Neves is the guy. And the reason why I'm saying no to Kante and Modric and these guys, Kante became a really injury-prone guy in even the Saudi league. He's quite injury-prone. And Modric, for me, playing a very slower league. We need somebody, Ndidi or Neves, I would take. But Neves would be the perfect guy. He would be the perfect guy to get on loan till the World Cup. You know what I mean? From that Saudi club. He would be the perfect guy. But Manchester United don't do things that make sense, don't they? We've got clowns who go, oh, we've got mystery people. Mystery. To bring about the mystery for the football club. So I would
take... I bet I'm in the minority, but what are your guys? if tomorrow Romano said, here we go, 6 months loan for Rabiot, what would you guys? Because I've always rated him very highly, and I don't rate his mom. And the thing about the drama there, but Rabiot is the thing I don't think people understand about Rabiot is that. Is that the France team?
Oh, did one of you guys fart?
Ben.
Wow. Somebody farted. It was amazing.
But anyways, you know Rabiot?
I didn't hear it. Sorry.
Play it back. Clip it.
Play it back?
Yep. There was a round sound on that thing. No, Rabiot in one of the best France teams ever, like the 6-8 last years, Rabiot has started in the France team that has won the World Cup and stuff. I just think he's massively underrated, him as well. So him and Neves are the guys I would go for, but I think I just wanted to pick up a point that Jarvis said about it's like if we were a smart club, which we aren't, but the money we miss, if we miss out on Champions League now, and not only the money, because money is so important.
That's probably the funniest. I hope they've not followed through. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead, Elgie.
Fartgate. It's going to be Fartgate.
Fartgate. You farted.
Who did?
I might do a poll.
Do a poll.
The poll are ex-legends. The problem on my New York City. 66% said yes, 36% said no. I'm gonna end that poll and I'm gonna do.
Can you call the poll for? Can you call the poll from Fartgate? Call it for Fartgate.
God, the fact that Nerden said let's make a poll. Let's make a poll.
Oh my god, my god. He's not in here. He dropped out.
the first
Maybe you had to go to the toilet.
This just took him.
Meta-
Yeah, but I think when it comes to midfielders, we have been linked to other names like Joby Bellingham, and he was actually one of the players we were linked to yesterday. So I don't know, guys, if you would take a player like Joby Bellingham, he's quite young, he could fit the role coming
Is
in.
he a pivot player? I haven't seen
No,
enough,
I think
so
it's a
I don't
box to
like
box.
to. I don't like to talk about players that I haven't seen that much, because then you just so I don't know enough about him. Is he more like a 8 out of a 3?
Wasn't me.
And I was
defensive.
and I was talking midways, so it wasn't. Although you can probably fart while talking, but
I'm sorry. Yeah, you can chew gum. Same. But don't try to escape. I'm doing the poll.
Fartgate. Call it Fartgate.
do you know when it comes to midfielders, man? I think we're missing one really bright talent player. Like obviously you mentioned Joe Bellingham, Jarvis, but there's just one really incredible talent player, man. He's in the French league.
Bouadi.
Who?
Bouadi?
No.
Bouadi. I want Bouadi. Give me Bouadi after midnight.
Lamine Camara.
And
outside of the Premier League, the two leagues I always watch is the Spanish league and the French league, and obviously I always love watching the French league because of the physicality. But the Camara has been absolutely phenomenal, like throughout his career so far. Like he's got such a bright future. Whoever he goes to, like I'm sure Real Madrid will be watching him. Barca, City, Liverpool. Like he's just got such a bright future, and like I just don't understand why Man United shouldn't explore and scout more in the league, in the French league, because we've actually had somehow good signings from the French league. Like Lenny Euro, he's a bright, he's still got a long way to go, man, but it's a good talent. Anthony Martial, we've got but who else was it? There was someone else.
Evra,
man. Like these are all like tallies that are just ticked. Whereas we've tried players in the Serie A, we've tried players in the Bundesliga, and they just haven't worked out. Even like in the Spanish league, there's some like technically gifted footballers from the Spanish league, but I just think for midfielders, I think we need to go straight into the French league, man. And Nurda keeps talking about physicality. Bro, the main Camara has got the physicality, he's got everything. And like I said, it can only go, his path can only go upwards, man, because this kid is just, and everyone be on the lookout for this kid, man, because in the next few years, he is going to be he's going to be world class. And I just know that for sure, bro. He could do both the roles. He could do the Bruno role. He could do the Casemiro role. He could do anything. He's just an all-round midfielder, and this is what we need. And the fact that yes, Joe Bellingham is, he's a good player, man. Obviously from Sunderland, but at the same time, man, like I would rather have someone. Yes, the Championship. Wait, is Joe Bellingham still at Sunderland? Where is Joe Bellingham? Oh no, he's at Borussia Dortmund. He is at Borussia Dortmund. But like I said, like the German league is so slow. The German league's not really a physicality league. Like it's not really as intense as the Premier League. And this is why I just want, French players. I want, and like I said, I wanted to
ask you, Ben. I don't obviously you can't say all Argentinians, all Spaniards, all whatever. But when you were talking about French players and such, I was thinking to myself, is there maybe a case for, when you think about every French player that you almost have seen in the Premier League, is there a case, Ben? Do you think, Ben, when you think of kind of the personalities of French players, when you think about whoever, I feel that they are just kind of careless people in general, in terms of, if you think about Henry, but if you think about Euro, but if you think about Martial, if you think about Pogba, if you think about Evra, You get what I'm saying? Like a set or whatever. When I think about a French player, I just think chill, class, don't care.
Facts.
You get what I'm saying? So I don't
Yeah.
like generalizing anyone, but when you actually think about players from France, and they have been the most successful national teams the last 10, 15 years or whatever, I just think it's such a good country, a league, a nationality to buy from, because they all have this laid back chill, and to the point that Jarvis was speaking about playing for United and having tough skin and everything. I just feel like the French usually don't care that much. So yeah. I like buying French players, the idea of buying French players, even if they're not from Ligue 1, buy French players. So
100%. But this is what I'm saying. Like, you know, even add Varane into that as well. Like when we bought Varane, I was so excited, man, because yes, he was injury prone, but he's just an all like I don't know what it is with French players. They just produce so much talent, man. And do you know what it is with French players?
Calmness.
See, Anthony Martial, man, like he got absolutely racially abused at Manchester United. The media were just going after him constantly. And with French players and with League One players, they don't give a shit about what the media say. They just do their job. They go to work, they train, they go to the football pitch and perform. That's exactly what.
And they love football.
Whereas the Serie A league, the Bundesliga, the Dutch league, the Spanish league, it gets to their heads, and like this is like what the biggest issue with Man United's team right now, like in the past few years, is mentality. Like mentality has just been so through the roof right now, and like if you're a modern day footballer, like you know, you just don't like. I agree with Jarvis. Like you shouldn't be worried about what a pundit says or what the media say or anything.
They're millionaires. They're millionaires.
Yeah, bro, 100%, man, 100%. But I think Nurden's got the. Oh, this is just the Bodo Glimp stats, Nurden. Yeah.
No, this is Lamine Camara. So he's Senegalese, obviously, but he grew up in France.
Yeah,
and,
correct.
This is what his things are. He's giving a breath of like 7.47. 606 minutes played. So I don't know, maybe he might have been injured, but he's not started that many games this season. So you could see expected assists is actually not that bad. But the most thing where is and then here, possession, dribbles, not bad, successful dribbles. It's a physical league. Fouls won, so he wins a lot of fouls. That means he's quite handy on the ball. But tackles here, Jules won here, 60.1.8. He
kind of reminds me about Mainu, though. If you look on the stats, that's probably
but interceptions is quite good. It's quite high actually, 17. Possession won on the final third.
Can you look at Buadi afterwards?
You can press up.
I'm so sorry, Nerd, to barge in. That is definitely comment of the night. The Mayor Baltimore, the Fortstein files. Mayor Baltimore 6563, the Fortstein files.
Let me have a look. Let me have a look at Fartgate. Oh no! They've gone for you, Ben. Oh my God! They've gone for Jarvis and Ben. So I'm at 8%. So Nuruddin 8%. Jarvis 24%. Ben 56%. Helgi 12%. Fartgate, who do you think farted on stream? So I'm on 8%, 8%, something like that. Jarvis is quite high, 27%. 54% is Ben, and 11% is Helgi. And actually, me and Helgi are tied at the moment. Jarvis dropped to 26. I'm at 11. Helgi's at 11 with a whopping 52% the same Ben. But the poll, only 27 people have voted, so keep voting, people. We'd like to get to the bottom of this.
Ben, Ben, did you see I wrote Fart Simpson as well? Pretty solid.
Yeah, I like that. I like that one. I like that name, Fart Simpson. Fart Simpson.
Well,
yeah, I mean, this is
it's hilarious that we are like all grown men, kind of, and fart is never not fun, ever.
No, it's not.
The one thing that one thing that you see here, he's not had red cards. Actually, he's had a couple of yellow cards. He's quite good on the press.
He's a smart. Like, see when he knows when to take the yellow card. Don't worry. This is what I.
To me, when you're good at interceptions, it tells me that you're good at scanning.
Yes, 100%.
That you won 68.8,
phenomenal.
61.8%. That's a lot.
How tall is he?
I think he's 6'1".
He's 170 centimeter. About
173. About 5'8". 5'8".
He's 22 years old.
5'9".
Can you look
estimated at 30 million?
Can you look at Buadi?
Yeah, but guys, this is the thing. This is the thing when it comes to the January signings. We won't spend any money. So the premises needs to be someone that we can get in for free and just pay them their salary. And they can't even be high salaries. You know, I reckon 60, 70K a week max. This is where we are at the moment. The Glazers, Ineos, you know, they are cheap bastards. They don't want to spend any money. So, Noradin, when it comes to this, let me just show you this one. I think this is interesting. On the left, you have N'Golo Kante in his heyday, you know, his Chelsea days. This is, I think, his 2020-21 season. And on the right, you have Ndidi on the heat maps. But if you go to modern day, let's say this season in Saudi Pro League with N'Golo Kante, he's not all over the place. You can see he's slowing a little bit down. He's more central on the right hand side, but Ndidi is still over the place and also
because he's younger. Ndidi's younger. Ndidi's only 29.
Yeah,
he's way younger.
That's the thing. So out of those two, that if we can get him in on a free, I think I would go for Ndidi. He covers a lot of ground.
Jarvis, can you put in Ruben Neves and see his heat map as well, please?
100%. Let's try Neves. Neves's heat map is quite good. Ruben Neves. So this is Ruben Neves's heat map for this season, and you see it's very central. Yeah, it's very good. It's very centered.
Positionally, he's really good in it.
Yeah, you have this area here, and he covers a lot of ground. I think he's counter pressing the rest of it, but this is his defensive position, I would say. So he looks really good on his heat map. So Ruben Neves would be the perfect player to come in, you know, and even as a starter in front of Casemiro, I believe he could do a job. But again, I think his salary is holding him back. We are talking about at least 200K if it comes to the Premier League.
Yeah, can I just say something about I'm just trying to get in the owner's head, which is impossible though. But if they are saying kind of, we are waiting for the big players in summer. Well, if we don't get the Champions League, we won't get the big players. They won't talk to us. And if they talk to us, we won't have the money to get them. So it's imperative. It's so important that we get Champions League to get the money to get the best players or to persuade them. And also, if we don't get the Champions League, we will have to pay more to players to persuade them to come over and to clubs. So in all ways, like we are saving we are saving, and Jarvis, who has a business, he knows sometimes you kind of can save money by spending money, and this is where we are now as a club. If we spend 50 million, for example, which we won't, but if we were to go and spend it on a Neves, and instead of, because you can do this, you can half his wages, but you can you can give those half wages in sign-in fee or whatever when you sign him. You can give that to him and then reduce his wages, something like that, or whatever. But let's imagine we get in a Neves for 20 mil or 30 mil, whatever. If he then gets us Champions League and we get 100 mil from that, we have earned about 70 mil. Plus, it's so much easier to sign players in the summer. So I just think it's shooting yourself in the foot by, imagine if we don't get Champions League by 3 points, and then if we had signed a good midfielder, we would have gotten Champions League. And then you see Elliot Anderson going to City, and then you see Wharton going to Arsenal, and you see everyone going to Champions League clubs, and we are left with buying Loftus-Cheek permanent deal or something in the summer. That's I just don't see the logic. I just don't see, okay, maybe not get a 70 mil player now or whatever, but at least get a Neves or whatever. Like us asking for Neves, like he is Ronaldo or something, like Neves is not much to ask for. He's playing in Saudi. He's 30 years old. He has never played in a top club before. Like, we are not asking for much. I don't think any of us are crazy. We are United asking for one midfielder for about 30 million in January when we need a midfielder. That's the minimum we can ask for.
Yeah, but Helge, you got to remember we are trying to pull off a big summer transfer window, and we're going for at least 2 midfielders, big name midfielders. The club have said themselves they rather sign the right player than signing the wrong player in the short term.
Will they come if we don't get Champions League though?
I reckon Baleba will come in, and he was man of the match for Brighton last time they played. I think he played really well. I saw his highlights. He came on. He played 40 minutes, I believe, really well. So I think he's on his way back. Baleba will cost us ballpark 70-75 million. Brighton is a hard bargain. So let's say we have a budget of somewhere in between 150 to 200 millions next summer. So Baleba, one player that's 75, another midfielder that's 75. So we have already spent 150 million. We have 50 million left for the remainder of the squad. That's just 2 players. We probably need a second striker. We need a left winger. We need maybe a centre back. It depends on Maguire. So the money is super tight. So let's say if we waste 30 million this window, we will only have 2 midfielders in the summer, and that's it. So I think this is where the dilemma comes in. Even though we have the credit card, we can max it out and spend, like, let's say 350 next summer, but we won't.
But if you look at it from, we will have extra money if we get Champions League than without it. So that's my argument would be against that would be, surely, I know spending 30 mil now will reduce our money in the summer, but it won't if we get us Champions League. So that is like loser mentality to just assume that if they said to me, no, we're not getting Neves because we're waiting till the summer, but then I would say, but you could get 70 mil extra in the summer for transfers if you get Neves now. And they would say, no, but that's not sure we'll get Champions League. And I would say loser mentality.
Yeah, but this is how Ineos runs the club. I don't know, Nordin. What's your take? Do you think we will spend the money, or do you think we will wait?
I don't think we will.
No, I don't.
You're on mute.
You trying to fart again, Nordin?
No.
He-
Can you guys
He's
hear
learning
me?
from his mistakes.
No,
Yeah,
I
you hear.
promise you, I'm not. My microphone is having issues, but big up. No, I don't think we're going to spend any money. It's going to be a loan signing. That's the briefing that people have got. And then a report came out today, if I'm not mistaken, by David Einstein, and he said that they're not looking to sign anybody, but they're in discussions with Carrick. I don't know if you saw that, people.
There are some conflicting reports.
Yeah, and then a couple of days ago, Fabrizio Romano said, "Oh, Manchester United." But with Fabrizio Romano, what people don't understand is that he's in the pockets of a lot of agents and football clubs that want to move players on. So they ask him, who gets the most traction online? Club, Manchester United. Can you please link our players to Manchester United so we can let other players to other clubs that those players are available? Yeah, that's how it works. Big up to Mayor of Baltimore. Big up to you. Listen, let me go back to the thing. Ben, they've got it out for you, honestly. It's not even a joke. So, nearly 40 people voted. Nuruddin 15%. Jarvis 24%.
Oh, you've had that boy bit there then. You've had that boy.
Helgi 15%. They've got it out for you, mate. I don't know what's going on here. Got it out for you. Everybody, you remain the leader on the Fartgate leaderboard.
Yeah.
You are out there by yourself.
Fartgate.
You're in the island of shit by yourself, pal. Me and Helgi are 15%. Jarvis, now let me have a look where Jarvis is. Jarvis 24.
It's been on the Guinness.
They're a bit suspicious of you, Jarvis. They're a bit suspicious.
I don't know why.
The quiet one. You never know. You know
what, Jarvis? I think it might be to do with your age, Jarvis. They like
it's the north. It's the north wind. Yeah. The north wind. the north wind.
This is it. No. You're near the pole, innit? It's too cold.
Imagine.
Too cold for that.
Imagine not, for example, like Boumaye and Luani, and this is not a stream to not be in. Like they have missed out big time today.
This will definitely be remembered in the URT books. Like who?
Brilliant! My face hurts from smiling. Oh
no, I can. There's some of the comments tonight, by the way. Oh my god,
it's coming for you. Honestly, the mayor is coming for you.
The world of shit.
The world of shy, yeah. Fabrizio Romano, Ben has won the Big up Odin. Big up Imran. Oh my god. Fabrizio Romano, Ben has won the Ballon Fata toss. That one is quite good, man. You gotta give him that. That's a brilliant one. Ben's the winner of the Fata door. Ballon Fata door.
Ben, how much does it mean to you? Have you been working for this your whole life? Like,
yeah. Speech, Ben. Speech.
This is the reward.
Who would you like to thank, Ben?
Who would I like to thank?
Yeah.
I'd like to thank our lovely owner, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, for recruiting me as to become the fartador player. Like I said, Manchester United has been a fart in the last 12 years, and I'm glad to have won this reward, man. I feel privileged to have won this, and long may it continue. I fart more. Spanish fartador. Oh, that's class. That's class.
So what did you eat today, Ben?
What did I eat? No garlic. Only I'm only just home from well, not football and training, just gym training. Like obviously with Tuesday nights is usually like gym. Like we work on our physicality and that. So basically porridge. That's all I've had. It's just a bowl of porridge, man. 2 bowls of porridge. One in the... No, I never would do that, man. I would never do that. I'll never do that. Nah. And a bit a bit of smoked salmon as well, man. I had for dinner as well. My missus cooked. And Joe, it's crazy. We were talking about Bodo. Fun fact: we actually purchase our smoked salmon from Bodo itself.
Yeah.
For the fish business, so we do. So, look, Norway do produce some really, really lovely quality fish, man. Especially salmon, man. It's
100%.
absolutely phenomenal, bro. It's phenomenal. But
Our salmon is like a fillet. Like
it's beautiful, man. It's because see if you get it anywhere else, like around Europe or like abroad, it's just not the same. Like it's the quality's just so off, man. But Norway just have it. Just I don't know. It's such a special.
Portugal is the only country I've been to that also had very good seafood.
Yeah, 100%.
South, I was very down south in Lagos, or what's it called in Portugal. The seafood there was very good, but Norwegian salmon is like you could have it at an expensive restaurant. Like it's so good. So yeah. If people haven't tried it, you almost try Norwegian salmon. That's why Holland is so good.
Yeah, it's phenomenal, man. Even like even the lobsters too. Like like we purchase our lobsters and salmon and smoked salmon from Norway. And it's just so beautiful, man. Like and yeah, obviously the Irish and the Scottish can produce some lovely fish, man. But the Norwegians just I don't know they have a special they do special things to fish, man. When the quality wise it's phenomenal, man. It's just phenomenal. It didn't sound right like there. You did say Travis. George, I hope you're not farting in the background.
I'm just watching. I'm watching the replay, guys. I'm watching the replay. I'm watching the replay and Nora's expression while it happened. No, that's priceless.
Fart analysis, yeah.
You meant
tactical devils analysis of fart.
Yeah, okay, Jarvis. So can you talk me through the tactics here?
Okay, guys, you gotta be quiet. We gotta listen to who are we talking about here?
Greatest mom, and the thing about the drama there, but Rabiot is the thing. I don't think people understand about Rabiot is that the France team.
But here it's no. But the thing is, Jarvis. Right? We need to rewind, right? And we need to see everyone's. We need to see everyone's.
I'm talking at the same time. It's impossible.
You can fart and talk. You can shit and talk. What are we doing here?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. One more time, guys.
Is that the
looks like you know.
One more time. Can you go full screen, Jarvis? No.
Yeah, we can try.
Let's go full screen because I wanna zoom in. I wanna zoom in on because I don't. I know it definitely was. But it looks like it definitely wasn't you. It definitely wasn't you. So, I mean, I'd say it right now. I would.
I protest too much, Ben. I protest too much.
Okay, let's try it one more time.
Let's see.
I would take. I bet I'm in the minority. But what are your guys? if tomorrow, Romano said, "Here we go, 6 months loan for Rabiot," what would you guys? Because I've always rated him very highly, and I don't rate his mom. And the thing about the drama there, but Rabiot is the thing. I don't think people understand about Rabiot is that the France team.
Oh, do one of you guys start?
Dude, this reaction is the funniest shit ever.
Look at Ben. Look how guilty he is. Look his face.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
100% guilty. It's you.
Leave it. Look, listen. Leave it in the comments, people, after the show, man. All I'm saying is, we would always admit if we farted or anything, man. That's just what we're built for in the Irish, man. But I'll say right now, That wasn't me. It wasn't me. But people could blame me.
And also further to the fart gate, I don't know what this says about me, but I can't even walk and chew gum at the same time. So if I have a gum, I walk and then I stop.
That old chestnut, Helgi. I can't do two things at the same time.
I can't.
No.
I can't.
But there was some suspicious coughing in the beginning there, Ben.
Oh yeah. Well,
So you know.
well, to back that, Jarvis, I'm asthmatic. I'm asthmatic.
Okay. Well,
but
You're
I hear it, Jarvis. I hear it.
the net Titans.
Ben, you're asthmatic.
Brilliant.
Oh, I gotta get my missus to watch back in the show too, because she's only down the stairs, man, and I'm gonna show her the clip, man, and see what she thinks as well. Do you know what? She'll probably blame me. She'll probably blame me as well. She'll probably blame me.
Smash a like. Smash a like for the fart gate. You've had a like fart gate. Smash a like, people. Come on now.
Big up Jarvis for putting up the tactics board.
The funny thing is that I actually have to go soon, but I feel like I can't leave because as soon as I leave, you always start conspiring against.
No. You know what?
Blame you.
Listen, I've got to go to a conference tomorrow, and I'm back at work this week after being ill. But yeah, I think we've covered most of it.
You better not gang up on me after I leave then.
Yeah, big up people. It's a love of life. Yeah, we'll be back for some show tomorrow. After the Champions League. I just want to add the Champions League results tonight, actually. That's what we usually do. I usually do that early in the show, but we wanted to get going. So let me just have a look to show people the scores for tonight. Let me just show that.
Bodo Glimt.
Yeah.
3-1.
Big up Bodo bloody Glimt, man. Amazing.
I'm still watching it back.
Yeah.
Bodo Glimt. Bodo Glimt.
Legend, the legendary Bodo Glimt. Yeah, Club Rouge beat Karat.
What
Bodo Glimt 3-1. It could have been 5-1. Napoli, Copenhagen 1-1.
Wow.
Inter Milan, Arsenal whacked them. Olympiacos smashed Leverkusen. That's a surprise, really.
Wow,
Madrid absolutely whacked Monaco. Sporting, wow, beat Paris Saint-Germain.
Spurs won a game. And Ajax away.
And Ajax won a game.
Imagine betting. Imagine betting tonight. You get so many wrong.
Salford beat Swindon in the FA Cup 3-2.
Neville has got his wipers out or what it's called.
Yeah. Can I just add on people one more point with last night as well? No, this is not about the far door. Anyway.
Okay.
Jamie Carragher and Thierry Henry were picking who Man United's next coach or manager should be.
Yeah.
And both of them said that Manchester United should never appoint a manager again. They should stick to the head coach system, to the role. And each and every single one of them, they left out 4 names, both of them, Thierry Henry and Jamie Carragher. They left out Thomas Tuchel. They left out Luis Enrique. They left out Eddie Howe. And they finally left out, I think it was Nagelsmann. They left out Nagelsmann. So, there's two there I wouldn't take instantly, and that's Nagelsmann and Tuchel. I just don't think Tuchel will be the right person for Man United or Nagelsmann. I don't like his style, man. But I don't really care what coach comes in, man. I'm glad obviously Carrick has got off to a good start. He's still unbeaten, but let's just see what it's gonna, what Arsenal's gonna bring. But I'm more interested, Nurden, to see what we're gonna do in the low block team. If we can actually cause them issues in the low blocks, constantly test their keepers out and stuff, then I can then say, right, Carrick knows what he's doing realistically. But it's a coaching staff that I worry, Nerd, because of Gareth Southgate. I don't know what the coach is called. Is it Holland or I don't know what you call him. Yeah. He was with obviously Gareth Southgate, and like I said, it's not a really good look because I don't really like Southgate a lot at all, man. But yeah, let's just see what happens at the Arsenal game. I'll be about Nerdin and Jarvis if you boys are jumping on for match preview for the Arsenal game.
I'm just so excited for the mystery player. I barely can sleep at night. Is it going to be Loftus Cheek and
maybe
Didi?
we can do a show on that near the summer.
Yeah, 100%.
We can do a show on that. We can do our own version. Just the latest on the poll of Fatgate. Who do you think started on the stream? Nuruddin 20%. That's the highest I've gone. Jarvis 23. Ben whopping 39%. Helge 18.
Oh, it's dropped. It's dropped. I was on 50. I swear last time I saw it.
It's dropped.
But I'm lowest now.
So now me and Jarvis are on the suspicious. Helge's kept that. Helge's always been the last, but I think he's the guiltiest.
No. I don't even fart when I'm in relationships. I'm that guy.
It's human nature, my friend.
I know. But I've never been a farter like that. I fart
I think farts are the funniest things in the world.
I think so too.
Especially when
you see us hiring a head coach or a manager, that will determine who. Yeah, they'll never hire anybody that will challenge their power. A manager will challenge their power. They'll never hire anybody that will stand up to them.
100%.
Yeah. But listen, people, make sure you check out Jarvis. He was live tonight with Stu. Make sure you check out Tactical Devils. It's a unique and brilliant channel. And a lot of analysis, lots of topics, lots of debate. Please go and check it out there. And check out Jarvis at Bole, BOLE77 on X. Check out Helgi on X. Don Conliano. Yeah.
You're getting there.
Yeah. Ben, check out Ben. Elmore39 on X. Twitch. And TikTok is Elmore20. Big up to everybody who joined us. Fartgate will continue. The conversation will continue into the, more investigation needs to be done. But yeah, big up to everybody. I think the first poll, my point of view, lost. And I think me and Jarvis lost. And Ben maybe, but Helgi was, fart and fart. Helgi was fart and fart from both sides. So
the thing is, I'm too old for debates like this. I don't understand social media. And I don't understand why people even should.
We lost Jarvis. We
engage.
Lost because it was about the main thing I needed to focus on was the fans who are pale clutching, try to defend the club. This club, he's defending this club. It's in disgrace, owned by these people who've run it into the ground. No chance.
They are trying their hardest, Nuruddin. Don't blame them. They're trying so hard they can.
What it is. Honestly, it is what it is. But yeah, big up people. We'll be live again tomorrow after the Champions League games. But I need to go to bed now. I'm really tired. Love and light. Conference tomorrow. And free Palestine. Brother always does it for me. Windy, we'll talk about more. We'll do a specific show about the coaches or managers Manchester United will hire. Palestine, Sudan, Congo, Syria, Iraq, Yemen, Lebanon, Somaliland, Haiti, Greenland. Fuck the Danish people who've got hold of Greenland. They need to give Greenland should be for the Greenlanders. Fuck the US and fuck the Danish as well. All indigenous people of Scandinavia, solidarity and love. And fuck the monarchies in Scandinavia. Fuck them all.
Yeah.
Love with the people, always with the indigenous people, anywhere in the world. Love with the Palestinians, Congolese, the Sudanese, Yemenis, Lebanese, Somalians, all of them from Zionists and the war industrial complex and colonization and imperialism. Free the people, free always. Win, lose or draw, Blazers out, Radcliffe the rat out. We keep it simple on this channel. Take care. Love, light, always. Look after each other. And may your farts be lovely, wherever you are, people. If you fart, it means you're alive. Helge's gone to the toilet. Helge's gone to the toilet. Helge's gone to the toilet. He's gone to the toilet. Somebody click this up and send it to Helge. Helge, guilty. You are guilty. Literally, you farted and you might follow through. You might have followed through. We're out. Take care, people.